Yo, crypto nation and mining family. Crypto nation and mining family. What's going on? And of course, like always, it's not financial advice. Yo, crypto nation and mining family. What's going on out there? So, I have been hearing a lot of FUD on that Litecoin, guys. So, I just wanted to do a deep dive on my thoughts on that Litecoin. So, kind of, without any further ado, let's kind of dig into this juicy little tidbits. Oh my God, we're looking at the market. Oh, the market's red. Not that I really care. I'm here for the long term, so I am hodling strong. If I'm not sitting there spending it on these awesome GPUs, dude. I mean, new hardware. I just can't resist. I'm sorry, guys. So definitely, I am been not really worried about where the market is. I know some other people are worried about it. For me, I'm not a trader, so I don't day trade, I don't swing trade, I don't get wrecked trading, so people will do good for a while trading and then they'll have a streak of where they just get rizzity wrecked. And I'm not willing to do that, so I dollar cost average. I cannot preach this enough. Don't worry about where the market is. Dollar cost average, and it averages out over time that you purchased right. But this isn't financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Got to put that out there, right, guys? This is just for entertainment purposes only. But I know a lot of people have been fixated on that Litecoin. Why? Because they have been paying attention to that happening. So they went from a block reward of 25 Litecoin per block to 12.5. So they got cut in half. The happening, guys. Durr. And I know a lot of people were expecting a good price pump from it. And if you look at it, the whole market trended down right at the same time. So did Litecoin fail to launch off because of price action? Some people might think so. Myself, price action, I'm not worried about. If I can earn a Satoshi today, it's a Satoshi I did not have yesterday. So that's how you guys got to learn at it. Learn, then think about it as is that you are trying to earn these Satoshis. So I don't really hugely pay attention to that price action unless I'm trying to buy something. And then that kind of comes into the other portions of some of the other arguments of what is Litecoin working on? What are they doing moving forward? Some people sit there and they look at that Bitcoin. So this is GitHub, guys. So if you have never seen this before, this is some interesting stuff. So this is Bitcoin. You can, from here, take a look at the code. It's all open source, which means at any point in time, you can come here, take a look at the code, and verify it yourself. For me, a lot of this stuff, not some of it, a lot of this stuff's just right over my head. But it's nice to see that they are contributing, they are doing stuff on here. Now, this is a dual-edged sword. I'll explain why in just a minute here. So, going back into the argument of, if you see here, this is the timeline of Bitcoin, all the code they got implemented, them making security patch updates, this, that, and the other, and you see them nice and strong, just making code for it, doing contributions, okay? And then you come up over to Litecoin's GitHub, for contributors. You see the same activity because they're basically they're Bitcoin, but they're Litecoin, so they follow the same protocol, the same code on there, just on a different algorithm. So they're running a script algorithm instead of a SHA-256. I'll get to it in a second. So they want to sit there and take a look at the code like it's Bitcoin. And then you see right at the end of last year, you see it just taper off down to almost nothing. And they're like, is Litecoin dead? Are they not doing anything anymore? I mean, Charlie Lee sold right here, right? When they were contributing the most, right? Charlie Lee sold over here at the top, right? He's sold. But if you see, even after all of that downswing through a bear market, they were still ripping code out. Now you see it kind of drop off. Now, some people are like, well, they're not contributing, they're not working on it anymore. It looks like it's a dead project. Yes and no. So you could sit there and come into some of these guys' personal profiles. So this is one of the contributors for that Litecoin, right? And let's see here. Dude, check this out. This guy just put code out 28 minutes ago. Is it on the main chain? Nope. Can I prove that this man just did something here? Yes, I can. 28 minutes ago, he added something here. So it's not like he's not doing anything. So he's sitting there, he might have, let's see. What they did in red, I believe, is what they changed. I believe. I don't know a lot of this stuff. If anybody out there knows this stuff better than me, please correct me if I'm wrong. I will stand corrected. But, you know, here it is. He basically did make some corrections in here. So he was making definitions of rules, it looks like. That was, 30 minutes ago he just implemented on here. This is one of their devs for that Litecoin. Did it go on here? Nope. I don't see anything. So that's where some of the arguments that one of the devs had publicly, and some of the people have latched onto that too, going that one of their devs was arguing that they're not doing enough work on that Litecoin. And the way that I look at it, now you can sit there and I'll leave, if you guys really want to read this, a fellow YouTuber, BitBoy, has the whole conversation mapped out pretty nicely. Easy, it's lengthy, guys. So I mean, if you're wanting to actually read through all of this, you certainly can. But it looks like that the main points of this conversation that went public was that he had that the one dev guy, Franklin, had an issue with Charlie Lee putting out a wallet address for people to donate to. His comment was that a few people asked for it, so he put it out there. If you go to it, you'll see that it's very vague on what it's really for, but it's there. So if it was just something that he was like meh and just slapped and threw it out there, you might have gotten something like that. But that's inside information of what's actually going on there. But he was sitting, the dev Franklin was talking about not doing enough on the from the Litecoin Foundation and implementing code. To me, if there was an issue with Litecoin and you're a dev and you already work on the project, then you should find that problem, fix it, and implement it. If there's something that you want to implement on that Litecoin that is from Bitcoin, certainly do so. But it looks like they are more trying to figure out the Mimblewimble protocol coming onto that Litecoin. Now, if they had to do a huge redevelopment to get Mimblewimble to integrate properly with Litecoin, would you not see them slow down development for the most part, all hands on deck for the implementation or trying to figure out how it's going to work with the Litecoin protocol? Or are they going to have to scrap the whole Litecoin and rebuild it just for the Mimblewimble privacy protocol on there? Not sure how that's going to really work out, but it looks like, you know, for the time being, that if they're working on Mimblewimble, it's a slow development on there. And I would expect that to be if they are trying to make sure that nothing wrong is going to happen. But if the one dev was having an issue, then what is, I would like to see what his argument would be of why can't he just sit there and create code for the existing and implement it? Or if there was an issue with the existing, point that out and go, hey, we have this issue going on, we need to be addressing that. You don't see any of that there. You see Charlie Lee going like a business guy, you know, pull yourself back away from the whole monetary aspect and look at it from the business point of view on it. He wants to get people integrated on there. He wants to get people to be utilizing Litecoin. He wants people to be transacting like it's currency on there. He's got to sit there and shake hands with people. He has to work hand in hand with people. And the other thing that the dev was talking about was how money was being spent. And Charlie Lee's like, what business is it of yours of how I spend my own personal money if I'm spending it in benefit of Litecoin? And think about that, guys. If he's sitting here spending money for promoting, to be a promoter of Litecoin, and he takes it out of his own pocket to fund it, that means he's still invested in the company. He's just kind of pulled himself to a point where he can be more focused on what he needs to take care of. So take with it how you may. Let me know what your comments are down below, certainly on this topic. I mean, I don't see anything really being bad with the whole Litecoin. I mean, and here's where I kind of also wanted to come full circle on with how I was explaining your contributions. Your contributions, right? You can go over to some other coins, and like this one, you come back up over to Litecoin. This guy, he put down a parameter change, it looks like. He didn't do any hard code, but he's sitting here he is adding things in there, which means that he could have a secondary profile that we don't know about, where he's working on actual real code and testing it out. You have no idea in this space. So the only thing that you can really do is just kind of hodl on, of course, guys, hodl on, and see what the future has to hold. I see big things in the future for Litecoin. They have partnerships with good people, I believe, that are going to put them into the right place. So let me know what your comments are down below. If you're going to fillet me or whatnot, what is your viewpoint? I want to know. So drop them in down below, and while you're down there, guys, definitely smash that Lizzie like button while you're down there. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification if you haven't, or if it got accidentally turned off. And share these videos definitely with anybody who you might feel that is beneficial. If everybody just shared it with one person, that would help me grow my channel tremendously, guys. So, like always, I will definitely see you all on the next one. Peace.